Hello everybody and welcome to my Beginner Filmmaker series, much awaited by me most of all, because let's face it, it's just me. This episode is all about audio. Now, when you watch a film, the main thing overall I still believe is the story. Because if there's not a good story, not a catching story, a heart-wrenching, action-packed, doesn't matter. As long as it's a story, that's the main thing. Because if not that, it's not a film really. On the technical side of things, the most important thing is split into 50%. Because we have visuals and audio. They take up 50% of the main attraction of a film. And today we're talking about the first 50%, in my opinion, the most important: audio. Now you're probably thinking, if you haven't made a film before, yeah, audio is fine, the camera captures all of that. But have you listened to that before? If you take a video with a simple camcorder like I'm recording on now, take a video. The video might look pretty good, but the audio is... The audio bounces all around the place. It's very echoey. It takes in every single wind sound there, the birds squawking over there, your mum cooking apples, what? Anything that happens in the soundscape is recorded by its internal microphone, and that's because it's not really designed to record sound. If you look at DSLRs on the other hand, their sound is even worse than a camcorder, because the camcorder's main job is to capture everything and make it easier for the beholder. But the DSLR is made especially for the filmmaker, and that sound is even worse. But let's stay focused on camcorders or cell phones if you want to. When you want to record your audio, you can have a separate audio device. So as in, you have the camera or your phone taking the video, either a phone with a microphone app installed into it or a microphone itself, anything really recording the sound. Later on in post-production, when editing the video, you'd sync up the two and you'd have your film. So let's look at different ways to acquire the sound in step 1, acquiring the sound. You can either do what I said before, which is buy a microphone. Now, there are a lot of developers of microphones out there. You have Rode, there is Tascam, there's basically a lot of developers of microphones, and you can find one almost at any camera shop or camera hardware store. Now, these things can get pretty pricey, so if you don't have the money to spend for these things, it's much advisable to stay away from those and rather build up your filmmaking expertise or your talents, and eventually when you get to that point where you can afford it, then go out and buy one. Another really good solution is actually your cell phone. Almost everybody has a smartphone these days, and they have recording apps built in. Samsung has one, Apple has one, almost every Android device has one. Basically, you just put the app on, press record, and aim it towards your subject. For example, the dialogue scene. Two people are standing next to each other and they're talking to each other. You have the camera operator holding it, or even yourself holding the other device that's recording the sound through the sound recording app, and just pointing it at the people, trying to get it as close as possible without breaking into the frame line or showing up in the video. And you should get much better sound than what's coming from your camera internally. Now, cell phones aren't going to give you the best sound, but it's really good for a no-budgeter if you have no money to spend at all. I was doing this for like 2 years before I finally afforded a microphone, which is what you're listening to now. For example, what I'm going to do now is, for the next 20 seconds, I'm going to switch and I'm going to cut out this sound of the microphone and go back only to the camera sound, so you can hear the difference between what the camera can offer and what a bought microphone can offer. So let's go. See how this sound is. Bouncing, it's not like I'm standing in an auditorium. I don't even care about 20 seconds. Let's go back to the other one. I can't take this anymore. Okay. There we go. This is much better. It's basically everything you have to know about audio in order to make a good film. But that's all on the technical side. Now we need to move over to the creative side. Creative side of audio includes all things such as sound design, music, Foley. Those things really contribute to your film. So let's say you have your final mix, and you're watching your film, and it looks pretty good. And you have all these guys walking around, getting talking, maybe you have an action scene, some guy shooting. Now, the sound effects part is really that simple. If you have a guy shooting a gun, you just gotta add the sound effect for the gun, and finish. That's easy. Everyone knows how to do that. But if you move into the creative and technical side of Foley, now what is Foley? Foley is basically post-production. After you've done all the filming, going in and re-recording sounds of what's happening inside the video. Say you're editing the film, and you see that there's a scene where a guy is walking. So, you take your recorder, whether it's your phone or your microphone, go outside or indoors preferably, put it down on the floor, and just do a few steps. Just walk a bit. Then you take that better quality sound, put it in where the guy is supposed to be walking, and now you have a better footstep sound. Now, you might be thinking, now why would you do this? That's a lot of effort for really nothing. But watch any good film, like Star Wars The Force Awakens, or The Hateful Eight, or really any film in the cinema nowadays, and you'll hear all the sounds happening. Watch your favorite movie and close your eyes. You can pick out every single sound because those sound editors, those Foley artists, went in, recorded these sounds, added them in, and it provides such a rich audio landscape that you really feel like you are in that moment. You're watching it happen. And more, it indulges the viewer and suspended disbelief and all those drama terms. Basically, it adds to the entire film and gives it also production value on a creative and technical side. Now, the technical side of Foley is to basically just recreate the sound and sync it up in editing, and there you have it. You got the sound. For example, let's say we have a scene where a man takes his gun, takes the magazine which contains the bullets of the gun, and inserts the magazine into the gun. Now it's pretty simple. You could go on the technical side of things, take your gun prop, take the magazine out, insert it in, take that sound, and add it into your final mix. And then we have this. But let's say you want to get creative. You want to find different means of putting this Foley into your film. So you don't want to just have the guy do it with the prop. But you go outside, you go look around your house, just walk around, and you'll find things around your house that make similar sounds to this. Record a few of those, put them into your final mix, and just compare the results. A lot of the times, the creative approach, which takes a little bit more effort and more time, adds up to be a much better final mix, much better final version of your film. For example, let's take the same scene of the man with the gun. He inserts the magazine. Now, let's do it creatively. So one day, I was in the car, and I put the seatbelt in, and I realized that that sound sounds similar to something that a gun could produce. Now yes, you could go with the technical method and do it, but let's just take a look at the technical compared to the creative. So as you can see, they make similar sounds. And that's the beauty of it all. You can go around and look at your case, your bag case, and unbuckle the clips and plug them together, and you can create sounds for all different things. Just because it's not a gun making that sound doesn't mean it can't be used for a gun. So you see what I'm trying to get at with this whole Foley business. At the end of it all, it really comes up to you, the creator, because it's a creative decision to make, and it really benefits, makes or breaks your film. And audio is really important when it comes to these things. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed my Filmmaker Beginner Series episode 1. We will be back. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please check my description. I put all the links in there for everything I've talked about. There's a link for all some of the microphone websites, some places where you can find good tips and everything for your audio acquirings. Happy Foley hunting, happy sound effects designing, happy filmmaking, and I will see you next time. Bye.